Hello, I'm Carson Hugel, and I'm here interviewing my mom for our P08 presentation. Our first question is, what is your name, and where did you get your degree?
My name is Tony Hugel, and I have a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science from Portland State, and then also a Master's of Business Administration.
Where do you work?
I work at Hewlett Packard and have worked there for more than 20 years.
And what are you working on currently at Hewlett?
So I am a R&D, Research and Development Manager, and I manage a group of software developers. And we develop web services for our printers, Hewlett Packard inkjet printers.
And how has technology evolved over the course of your career?
So when I first started at HP forever ago, it seems, um, you know, we, the languages we were coding in C, C++, object oriented. Object oriented was coding was like the new latest and greatest thing back then. And now, of course, a lot of things we do are still in C++. It's still relevant, but a lot of HTML and Java, JavaScript, those kinds of things. Um, Also, the technology has changed. We used to have to code on giant towers, like big, expensive computers that sit under your desk, these huge things, giant boxes. And now, of course, you can just take your laptop home and do all your development on that from anywhere. Um, and I think from a process perspective, that's changed quite a bit in the way we do our development. So in the past, we would have, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year projects where a team of 8 to 10, sometimes 20 developers would all be working on a certain set of software. And then we'd code it all for 2 years or whatever, and then send it over to the test organization. And then it would be tested, and then we'd fix defects, and then we'd release it to the public. And like I said, 1 to 2 year projects. And now we have a process called Agile, where we do small chunks. They're called sprints, right? So you have 2 week sprints, 3 week sprints. And the beauty of that is you work frantically for 2 weeks with your team, and then that code's tested and released. So at every sprint, in the end of each sprint, your code can be released to the public, and you can get faster iterations, higher quality code, and as you're doing your development, you can recall the defects. So, for example, test gets to test is testing, and they're going to give you a defect that you just coded that up like yesterday. So you'll remember what you were doing versus test is testing it and you coded it up 2 months ago. And then you're going to have to sit there and remember, okay, you're going to stare at your code and trying to find your defect, and you're not going to remember exactly what you were doing because it's been so long. So I think the process has really changed for the better.
Okay, that's cool. What are you looking forward to as the future of HP and what your team will be working on?
Yeah, we're just starting to get into 3D printing and investigating different services that we can bring to our 3D printers. And I think 3D printing is going to be it's going to take a while, maybe 10 years, maybe 20 years, but we kind of imagine this future where everything's going to be 3D printed and the whole way things are manufactured, like the way your phones are manufactured and everything's, sent to China to get manufactured and then returned here to be purchased. All of that's going to change because imagine a world where you need to order a part for your vacuum cleaner, or you want a new cell phone or a case for your cell phone. And instead of ordering it on Amazon and then 2 weeks later it comes in the mail after it's in a warehouse somewhere, all the inventory. Instead, you're going to order it and then you're going to pick it up in 2 hours from Home Depot where they printed it exactly to your specifications. And so it gives you way more flexibility in the design. You could customize it, do anything you want. I mean, if you can visualize it, you can have it. You can print it, and you can have it really quickly. And that's coming. It's going to be a while, but pretty soon everything will be 3D printed. It's going to be amazing.
Wow. Thank you, Mom. Um, Thank you.